Guys, am I live? Let's see. Wait a second. This was not as easy as I thought. So I guess I'll have to change the platform. Wait a second. Hello, Campervan Life 12. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties getting everything set up here. Let's see. Okay, is the sound okay? Do you guys hear me properly? Awesome. So yeah, I thought I'd do a live stream with you guys and maybe answer some questions if you have questions, and I'll try to show you around a little bit. We're gonna go through some stuff, what we're doing and what we're gonna do now in the nearest future, our projects, stuff like that. So yeah, and then I'll just answer your questions along the way. If you have any questions regarding any of it, I can answer them and show you guys around. If there's something specific you want to see, maybe on the bus or stuff like that. Hi Annike. Hi Tramp Truck. Yeah, well, so we as you guys know, most of you know, maybe we have a new project. We have a tiny Volvo truck that we're gonna try to restore, like we did with the Beelzebus, from scratch, probably. It's in a pretty bad condition, but it's alive, so it is drivable and stuff like that. So we probably have to do some major fixes just to get it through the Swedish car checking, but it will work. We can do it. We also have some plans on upgrading a lot of stuff on Beelzebus that we figured out last winter that we would like to have done before we go into any extreme colds again, because it was a little bit not so comfortable without these fixes that we're gonna do now. We've been thinking about it for quite a while, so we're gonna try to get that done this summer also before it gets cold again. Also, we have a major project coming up because we're trying to increase our passive incomes. Charles asked the question, what do you want to do? How do you mean? So I'm sorry if it's a little bit stale so far, but this is like the first time I do this. Sorry for the call. On the bus, of course. Sorry, we would like. We bought a winch last year that we wanted to fit in the front, but it dawned on us that with the bumper and everything we have now, we won't have any space to put it. So we're gonna try to change and rearrange. Probably also doing a new bull bar from scratch. I will be welding it and we'll like bring you guys along the process when we do it. And then we're gonna fit the winch in the bull bar and then add some other mounts for like tackle blocks and stuff. So in case we get stuck somewhere, we could probably winch ourselves out, or if we found somebody in need who needs to get out of the ditch or whatever, we could probably winch them out as well, since we weigh probably more than that car in that case. Also, we're gonna do a similar bull bar thing in the back, and I want to have, not sure what it's called, like a tailgate, so we can mount our spare tire and jerry cans in the back, so it will look a little bit more adventurous, the rig. And it's easier to access. Like the first time we went now, hello, the first time we traveled now, we had the spare tire on the roof, and those tires are a little bit bigger than regular car tires, so they're pretty heavy to climb up and down with, which is not so fun, but hopefully we shouldn't have to change tires at all. Yeah, so that's the plan, and then we're also gonna rearrange our heating system a little bit. We have a diesel heater, as you guys know, most of you know, and we only have one outlet for it, which creates like this heat spot right under our bed. So if it's like when we were in north of Sweden, it was 20 degrees below zero, then we gotta have it on like not low, we're gonna have it on medium or high, just to get enough heat for the whole living area. And then it creates this super hot spot underneath the bed. So we thought if we split the outlet so we can get outlet a little bit more to the front, then we'll have more even heat throughout the rig. That's also very important to get done before next winter. Also, we're working on some sort of a heating system to keep the engine and the engine bay hot, or at least enough temperature to start, because since it's an old diesel engine and the oil the viscosity of the oil gets too thick when it's that cold, we can't really start it. Even if we have the power in the batteries to start it, it still won't start because it won't turn properly because it's too thick. So we need to keep that heated somehow, so it will be easier for us to start even though it's super cold. So we don't have to do like we did last time with the generator and the heating fan and everything. That took me, I think it took about 2 hours to get it hot enough just to start. I think we have 1040 engine oil now in the engine. We switched, can't really remember if it was the other version, 1540, but we got recommended also at this mechanic place to switch one number, because then when it gets cold it has a better viscosity. So we actually stepped down one steps, so to speak, to be able to handle it better when it's cold. But yeah, otherwise it was okay when it was cold. We just want to make some minor fixes. Also, we're looking into getting either a diesel heater version, like an instant heater for our hot water, because as of now we don't really have hot water properly. So either we get there's these highly efficient gas instant heaters, but they take a lot of space because of the open flame. And then there's also the diesel version, but we were thinking about the diesel version because we have such a big tank on this rig, so we don't have to go change the gas bottles all the time. When we were in Norway, there was only one place in Lofoten, that actually changed these gas bottles. So you have to drive through half of Lofoten just to change your gas bottles in that case. That's what we're afraid of. That might be why we're gonna opt for a diesel instant heater, so to speak. So we get some hot water for the tap and the shower. The Truman B10 gas boiler, I don't really know that model. I haven't checked it out, but I think it's we looked at two versions. There's one that is a bit rectangular and it needs a height of 70 centimeters. And then there was another version who has the exit on the side, so to speak, and that one was more square. That one also had a higher efficiency grade when you looked at the specifications on the internet. Also, a lot of people installed it. There was a lot of videos on YouTube from Australia, and apparently they were super happy with it. It's a little bit smaller, but it's very efficient. Can't remember if it was True model. Don't remember the brand name of it. It was a while ago. Yes, and we also have a little bits and bobs we want to fix, of course, some random stuff. But in the like the big picture, the heating system and making sure that we can outlast very cold temperatures with the engine and still have the reliability of starting and everything, even though it's super cold, would be awesome this time, because this winter it was, you woke up and you didn't know if you're gonna start a car or not, so it's a little bit not so comfortable to go out into the cold and just try to heat up the oil tray to start the engine. But you know, it's all an adventure. You learn as you go. We've learned a lot this far when we've been traveling. So is there anybody who would like to, shall I show you guys around a little bit? I mean, I'll try to do it with the Osmo as stable as possible, but I'll try to answer your questions and comments as we go. Now it's a little bit empty because we're in the process of switching up environments. So you'll see when I show you everything now, when we talk about it, why we moved out temporarily. Okie dokie, let's do this. Let's see. Bring you guys along. Do the best I can to make it look nice. The new Campervan, of course. We're gonna go check it out. Okie dokie, let's go. So right now, yesterday was super cold outside. Not super cold, but it was I think it was 9 degrees below zero or something. So it was not that nice, and it's blowing a little bit outside. So be prepared for some bad sound quality maybe. So here we go. As you can see, as you can see behind me, this is what we're gonna go through this year and what we're gonna do. It's the building that the buses are parked in front. It's what we're gonna be renovating over this summer period to try to increase our passive incomes. We invested money from the house when we sold it to be able to afford this, and we've been renting it out so far. That's why we've been traveling up north, because we have some passive income to be able to do that. But now they're gonna expand, so we're gonna completely redo everything, rethink what we're doing here. So instead of renting out to one company, we'll split it in the middle and rent it out as 2 apartments. Let's go have a look at the tiny bus. See if I can flip the camera. Wait a second. Like this. Now you guys can see it. Is the sound okay, or is it blowing too much out here? What do you guys think? So it's just good. You can see it's not in the best shape. It's been through some rough patches. This is a old, like, I don't know, personal carrier, old military version. And the doors are cool. They open in the front like this. Yeah, exactly. So this is the first generations, the first generation of this this type of vehicle. It's called a Laplander, and then after that, in the 80s, I think, they made a updated version that's called the C303, I think. So yeah, well, as you can see, we have a lot of work to do. It's all these old switches and stuff. And you're basically sitting on the engine. It's a little bit like the bus. We also have the engine there in the front. Then there's seats in the back here. And then there's also an old, I'll show you guys, wait a second, just go around. Yeah. There we go, we can see nature through the van. It's a fix, maybe we'll keep it, like a little bit of ventilation. So here is actually a huge old heating fan, which is original for this model. And it was connected to the engine, so it took heat from the engine and blew out hot air here for like the soldiers that were being transported, so it wouldn't be super cold like it is today. Yeah, that's the plan, Nordea. The plan is to make it into a baby version of Beelzebus. But we might not be able to fit as many luxury things in it as in Beelzebus. It's pretty cool. It has the mounting for the rear tire, for the extra tire in the back. And it's a four-wheeler. It's only 4 wheels on this one, which is nice. Oh, hey. You can see if I can get the trunk open. Probably not. So it's time to change the seats. Thank you for visiting, Charles. It was nice having you. So here you have all the speedometers and stuff. It's been standing in a forest on the mainland for over 10 years before we got it, but it still started. You can see the brake cylinder there is a huge, nice hole in. Nothing works except for the engine, probably. So yeah, it looks a bit gnarly. Yeah, also you can open the front windscreen completely. So this one, you can open the entire front here up. It's also pretty cool. Thanks. So in some of these models, they actually had a special pump here for pumping water and stuff. That's why it's such a big space. If you see in here before the cooler is pretty far back. and have some extra space in the front here. So they had like winches and stuff here and pumps on some of them, depending on what the vehicle was used for. And there's supposed to be a shovel mounted over the front here. It's usually a shovel on the classical ones. Yeah, but you can see we're gonna have to do like a lot of metal repairs and stuff. Also in the Swedish car checking, we can't go in with this because they suspect that you can hook somebody if they're walking along the street and you drive past them. Yeah, thanks. we hope so too. Aha, okay. Is it a six-wheeler they do a conversion of, or is it there are some different models, I think. There's a six-wheeler also that they can convert. Yeah, those ones are super cool. They're hard to get though. It's not so easy. So this is actually a soft top on this one, as you can see. But they were also available in metal tops. So we're gonna need to redo everything, fix all the doors, and the plan is to make it a hard top. So we will be taking this soft top off and then building the new trunk, so to speak. See if I can show you the top a little bit. Yep. So that's that project, and to be able to do that project, since we don't want to be outdoors and in the cold like we did with Beelzebus, we have this building available now, since our renters were expanding. They moved out. Yeah, it's a lot, you know. If you're not busy, you gotta keep yourself busy. It's a lot of welding to do there. So, do you guys want to see the building? We can take a quick lap inside. It's a little bit of a disaster in there because I've been slowly but surely collecting materials to be able to build it all. Since you know I'm a carpenter, so I've had the possibilities to collect some materials. I got a kitchen for free just for dismantling it and installing a new one, stuff like that. So I've been starting to harvest a little material for us to do this project. So this is our biggest project that we're gonna try to do whilst doing the Laplander now, the new car. So we want to split this. This building is 110 square meters, almost, and we're going to split it down the middle and make 2 apartments in it to rent out. But this is how it looked now when the company we rented it to moved out. So it's like a tiny kitchen and stuff here, everything. And then there's, I don't know if it used to be like a dressing room or something here. And everything. A super old toilet. Yeah, we're working on that. We to get the military vehicle in here. It doesn't really fit, so we're gonna take out a part of this wall, or we're gonna get some build garage doors to make it work. But the plan so far is to take out this part of the wall, like this, to the door there, and then drive it in and take the window out, of course, and then I'll just rebuild the wall again when it's inside here until we get the proper garage either like a port you can have on a sender, so it goes up and down with the motor, or we just do it a manual one, depending on which one we get. Yeah, but it's not really in a super great condition, you can see. So the structure itself is okay, but we gotta go through everything here. No, exactly. I was thinking of that as well, Nordia. Maybe making some doors from panels, you know. So just put a lock in the middle and then we'll have to open them 2 ways. Yep, well that's that. So probably these walls. Thank you. Thank you, Max, Vanlife. Hopefully it will look better when we're done. I guess this wall, we're probably gonna strip all the walls inside. This is not a supporting wall, since the frame of the roof joist are spanning the whole length, the whole width of this building. So we can take out more or less all the walls that you see here, and we're gonna redo the layout. I was supposed to show you the layout, but I kind of forgot that paper. I'm sorry. But yeah, we were thinking we'll split it down the middle with the separation wall, and then we also do, it's a special kind of wall. You leave some space in between so that you don't, it takes out the sound, so you don't disturb each other if somebody's listening to music late or whatever. The neighbor ain't gonna hear that. Yeah, so now all these kitchen cabins and everything that I've been accumulating over a couple of weeks. Nice to meet you. Have a nice day, Anneke. Yeah, where this is, we're gonna make like the garage part that we're gonna have the vehicle in and restoring it. I'm also gonna build some workbenches and stuff, so we have a proper place to work. And if you see right about here somewhere, over where the power lines are, then we're gonna split it down the middle. So we're probably gonna have to take this window out, and then of course I'll take this one out when we open up the wall to get the vehicle in. Gonna do a quick fix so it's a nice workshop, and finally we will have heat when we're gonna restore something, which we don't. I can show you the back side real fast if you want to see. We also have a tiny storage in the back, which is perfect because then we can keep all the bulky and big materials in there while we build the apartment. So, sorry, it's a bit light here. So there's another storage. I don't know, might be like 20 square meters or something. And so we have a lot of building materials in there as well, which I've collected lately now. So we're trying to do this as budget as possible. And we're gonna show you guys how we do it, and probably ask you guys a little bit about what you think we should do or not. Yeah, so that's more or less the big picture of things we want to go through and do. I'm gonna head into the bus again because it's still a little bit cold out here. So, any questions? Anything you guys think I missed that you still want to know? Oh, so hot and nice in here, yes. Oh. So. Are you still in Sweden? Yes, we're actually on Gotland. It's a tiny island in the Baltic Sea, which we used to live on. So we're still in Sweden, yes. And we're gonna try to do this project here as good as we can before we go, and then we will probably be traveling for quite a while, hopefully, if everything pans out like we thought. Then we will increase our passive income, which is important because we want the freedom to travel around without having to worry about bills and stuff. Like as of now, Katja has been working with, as you know, all the YouTube videos and stuff. She's the what to say, the video maker, you can say. I'm only the driver. I drive the bus and she does all the work, literally, with all the videos and everything. Wait a second, I missed that. The next travel plan, well, depends a little bit on this COVID situation and everything, but we might head north again. We like it up there. It's very calm and beautiful. It's I don't know, it's a little bit secluded. It's not so much people up there, so maybe it's a good start now, even if it's a little bit COVID and stuff. It's going better now. I saw they're starting to do traveling possible between countries in the EU and stuff if you have been vaccinated and stuff, so they take that into consideration now, so people are allowed to move a little bit more than they were allowed to during this time that has been. That's a good thing. So we're actually planning on probably traveling a little bit next year then. We would like to finish all these projects before autumn so we can leave for winter. But as you saw, it's quite a lot to do, and you're always optimistic when you think about time and the work you gotta spend on it, but we'll see. So yeah, well, I guess that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit what we're up to, and yeah, meet you guys in person like this. It's my first ever stream, so I haven't really done this, and I'm gonna try to be better at it because I want to take some of the weight off Katja, because she's doing all the work now, and it must be hard because it's a lot of work doing all these videos and photographing and everything. So I'll try to do this. I hope you guys liked it and that it wasn't too stale or awkward. But yeah, any questions about anything? Thank you for watching. That was awesome having you guys. It's super fun. I didn't expect this many people to join, so it was very fun for me actually. Yeah, thanks. Hopefully I'll be better at this and do some other stuff. I was planning on doing a whole different setup, but it was a little bit hard for me to connect the phone and YouTube via the computer. There's some softwares and stuff you can use for that, but I didn't really get it to work, so it was a little bit more basic than I wanted it to be, but still, it's a good start, hopefully. If you guys liked it, it's a good thing. Yeah, so well, yeah, see you in the next video. Looking forward to having you guys along us, checking out the project. Next week, another stream. Yeah, maybe. We're gonna try to organize a few things. We're a little bit in between now. We're moving from one storage to another to start to prepare for this project. We're also in the middle of the bureaucracy of Sweden. Like, you gotta have a lot of permits and you gotta go through you got to jump through a lot of hoops to get everything certified and verified that you're allowed to build, and the color you choose and dit and that, and it's a little bit ridiculous actually, but it is what it is. And we're hoping to get everything done by the end of next week, but we'll see. Sometimes these things take longer time. Yeah, thanks for watching, Max Vanlife. Awesome to have you. So yeah, well, maybe we'll see. I'll discuss it with Katja. We also have a video or two in the pipeline, so we'll see. Either we're trying to, Katja is trying to get one video ready per week. It's the same in Finland with all the bureaucracy and everything. Like, you can't really just build anything. You gotta go through all the instances first. Yeah, I can imagine. It's probably similar. But I mean, in a way, it's a good thing. They make sure that nobody builds anything that's dangerous or will fall apart the next year or something like that. So. Also, it's a little bit about the infrastructure, I guess. They gotta add a new address and, you know, all the stuff that comes to that to be able to have 2 apartments instead of 1 building. So, yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so hopefully, our goal is to release a video a week for you guys, because we felt we had so much to do when we were traveling, and then Balsa got sick and we were a little bit like off our game. It's been a while, so it was hard to produce videos in the tempo that we wanted. So we're gonna try to be more doing some vlogs for you and stuff, so you guys can see what we're doing and what we're up to. Also, so we have some time to work on the videos whilst doing this, because it's kind of hard producing a video in a week, depending on what you're filming, of course. But when we're traveling, it takes a lot of time to film everything and move around and then edit everything. So Katja has a lot to do every day. But yeah, we're gonna try to release something every week, hopefully, and yeah, keep you guys updated on the progress. I'm gonna bring you along, and we were thinking we'll do a vlog of the build and what we're going through. The same with the new project, the Valp, that we're gonna restore. Also, we're gonna make a budget, so you guys can see how much it costs to do in Sweden and everything surrounding it. So it's gonna be a little bit more thorough than the build of Beelzebus, since we were so tired we didn't really have time to film or calculate much on that. We just wanted it to be done so we could go traveling. Yeah, so thanks so much for watching and joining. It was super nice to have that many people joining in. Which project would you like? Which project do you think is? I'm sorry. It was a comment in Russian. I can't really read Russian that well yet, and I don't have translate available right now, so I'm probably gonna answer that off screen. So which project do you guys want to see the most? Which one do you think is would be the funniest project to watch if you had to choose? Either the upgrades we're gonna do on Beelzebus, or maybe the Volvo Laplander that we're gonna restore from scratch, or the building process. We're gonna build new apartments. So any preferences? Like, what are you guys most excited about? Okay, yeah, well, we're gonna probably start with We're gonna start with the building because we need to separate it to be able to have the garage part for the Volvo Laplander that we're gonna restore, and then the other part for the apartment. Bus and Volvo, all of them. Yeah, thanks. Well, then it's a good thing then. Then you like most of it. It's gonna be interesting, and it's really fun with you guys asking and being intrigued, and we would love to answer your questions and everything, and give you the facts if you have wonders about anything we do. Just give it a shout. All of them, yeah. Thanks. Hopefully we'll be able to get it done before autumn. Yes, all of them. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so, well, that pretty much concludes it, I guess. That was a cool thing to do, the first stream ever. Hope you guys are happy with it, and that I was informative enough and didn't miss too much. And it didn't be that I didn't do everything too fast and just run around. Yeah, we're gonna try to do that. Like we'll have them as separate projects, and we'll list them in the videos you make are äkta. Yeah, thank you. We both are very down to earth people. Hello, Moya Simya. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Well, yeah, we're both very down to earth, me and Katja, and we do love van life and everything around it, but sometimes we don't mean to be grumpy or anything like that. It's just sometimes it's a little bit might be more interesting for you guys to know how it really is compared to this glorious days when you wake up in the mountains and everything like that. Of course, we have those too, because when you're there and traveling, it is like that. It's really cool. But there's also a lot of things surrounding the possibility to be able to do that. Like you can't just, you can take a bus and go if you want, but usually you have other obligations and different stuff and bills to pay, you know. Unless you have a really good remote working possibility, then it's probably going to be hard sustaining that lifestyle. That's a little bit what dawned on us this last year when we were up north, that we need to increase our passive income to be able to be more flexible when we travel. Like right now it's been pretty good because Katja is super good on digital stuff. She's been doing all the videos for you guys and all the photos, and she has her own photo company, so she's been making money via the internet. And I'm more of a like hands down guy. I'm practical. I want to use my hands, so I've actually been using an app called Workaway, which you can get some work from in different places. Stuff people can list what they need help with, and you can list what, like a CV, what you're good at, stuff like that. So LED fog light like yours is legal in the EU. Do you mean the red lights underneath Beelzebus? So yeah, it dawned on us, we're gonna try to increase our passive income in Haukland. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Could send us that picture. That would be awesome. That's super cool. Yeah, the LED lights underneath the bus, they are technically legal in the EU. The only thing is, I'm not sure how it is in the rest of Europe, but in Sweden, you can only have them on if you're not using the vehicle. So technically, if you're parked on a parking lot, you're allowed to have them on, but you're not allowed to drive with them. You can't have any lights under the car like that in Sweden and drive with it. So, like if you're parked, you can use them or stuff like that. But technically, you're not allowed to use them on the roads. So it's mostly for fun. We like it, and it's a bit cozy. If you park up somewhere, you can just flip them on, and they will actually shine a little bit, just enough around the bus, so you don't trip over stuff if it's dark outside. Because usually we travel during the days, so when we park, it's usually pretty dark. And also, it's a cool thing to have for photos. It looks pretty fun, I think. So that's more or less, we liked it. That's why we did it, even though they're a little bit useless since you can't drive with them on. But you can. You just can't use them when you drive on the roads. It's just to install them. You can have them when you're parked or showing off your van or something like that. Still pretty cool. If you like it, you should do it, I think. Yeah. What was I talking about? Sorry. I got a little bit sidetracked. We're working on our passive income right now, and that's the plan is to become to surpass our to surpass the bills with our passive income, so that we get more in every month than we have to pay out. And in that case, it would be way easier traveling around Europe with Beelzebus, because in that case, if we work, we can consider that a bonus income, and that will probably boost the flexibility of being able to drive and travel wherever we want whilst living full-time in the bus. Also, the positive thing is, if you live in a bus, you don't have that many bills. So it's not impossible. We're gonna try to make it work. But it's a project, it's a process. You can't be done overnight, I think. You gotta put some work into it. So how do you guys finance the travels? Do you like save up during the year and go travel, or do you have remote jobs so you have the possibility to work whilst traveling and getting income paying for the adventures? How do you guys solve it? Beelzebus support stickers, yeah, of course. We're actually we're still working on a web shop, and we're finally really close to completing it. So soon we'll release the web shop, and there will be all kinds of funny stuff for you to buy, and everything will support us in the projects we do and our possibility to travel in the future. And that's very appreciated if you guys decide to do that. That's awesome. This my coffee cup. I don't know. You saw it already, maybe. Katja showed you. We had a trailer about it. It's Katja's design, and we actually got them made. They're super nice. Been trying them out a little bit on the fire and stuff to see that they have a good quality, which they have, luckily. So you guys have online jobs. That's great. That's like the ultimate goal if you're going to be a van lifer full time. That's a very good skill to have, being able to make money. Thanks. Yeah, so we kind of it's been pretty good. Katja also have some online jobs that we make some money on, and then I'm working by hand, luckily. When we were in Lofoten, we actually I got a big job there, renovating a hostel in the harbor of Reine. I don't know if you guys know where it is, but it's pretty far down on Lofoten. It's one of the major cities there after Sortland, I guess. So that was a lucky coincidence that we fell upon that job over there because I'm an electrician by trade also, and they needed help with the electricity system that they were rebuilding. So we actually, I think we stayed and worked there we lived in Reine for about 2 or 3 months whilst doing that. So that was ultimate. That was super cool. It's a great experience also. It's fun trying out working in different countries. The European Union is pretty great like that, that I'm allowed to work in a different country with my company that I have in Sweden for a certain amount of time, of course, but at least you can try it out. So it's cool new experience you gain on the way when you're on adventuring, when you're adventuring in van life. Ah, okay, yeah, 3 teenagers in a bus. That must be a special experience. But yeah, do you do like weekend trips then, or short vacations, or have you solved it? Solved it? Do you want to go traveling full time, or what's the plan? 2 adults and 3 kids. Yeah, you gotta have a big bus then. So nothing is impossible. Remember that. Yeah, I mean, also not full timing, but going on months trips if you have the possibility. We have a couple of friends. They do work seasonally, so they work half a year and then they travel half a year. That's also very popular approach to it. Might be super fun actually, because then you get to stay a little bit longer where you're going instead of just a day or two. That's cool, because then you get to take in the places and the culture and everything when you go seeing new stuff. Yeah, well, that's about it. I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. It was wonderful having you. Really cool that you tuned in. I think we're gonna leave this video for a while on our channel, so you guys can check it out if you wanted to recheck something, or planning on living without a dog for a while. Yeah, we kind of decided that we're gonna spend huge amounts of time doing these projects, and we feel like it's not really fair to get a dog right now, because we won't really have the time we want to spend on it, especially if you get a puppy. Like, you got to go through training with it, and you got to be really active with it, which takes a lot of time. And we haven't really decided yet, but we think that this is going to be a very hectic year for us if we want to achieve what the goal is, of course. So maybe we'll postpone it until these projects are done, but we're definitely getting another dog, because yeah, I mean, Beelzebus is built for a companion, so of course we're gonna have a companion with us in the future. That's just how it is. We're usually traveling for 3 to 4 weeks and then come back. Hence some period 2-3 months work from schools. Yeah, I can guess that. I mean, you have obligations, and it's probably can't go to school anywhere. So I don't know. In Sweden, I think it's obligatory. Like, you enlist. You can choose the school, of course, but you enlist in the school, and then of course you can't be traveling for unlimited amounts of time, because the kids are obligated to go to school here. So I can see that. And it's also hard to be a full-time van lifer. Yeah, well, it was great seeing you guys. Thanks for joining me. That was fun showing you around. I hope I did a thorough job. And yeah, see you in the next video. We'll see how it goes next week, if it's a video, or maybe we'll do some live streaming again. Oh, Caravan Life, thank you so much. Awesome. It's the first super sticker we ever did. Thank you so much for the support. Awesome. Nice. See you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a nice day. Nice seeing you. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.